Mr. DesRoches, President DesRoches, thank you. I appreciate it. Rice is small, charming. Why make it bigger?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about what's happening at Rice. It's first and foremost about expanding access and redefining what it means to be elite, which is not about being exclusive. It's about opening more seats for our students. And so we're going from what used to be 1,000 per class to 1,300, so expanding by 30%. To give you a sense, this year we received 37,000, close to 37,000, I think it's 36,500 applicants for what used to be a class of 1,000, and now historically classes of 1,000, we're going to 1,300, so 30% increase to add more seats to the university.
By getting a little bit bigger, do you risk losing the charm?
Absolutely not. And we've thought hard about this, and as we've gone through this process of expanding, we put a lot of time and effort into not losing the personalization, what makes Rice really unique. And that's several things. One is maintaining the residential college system, which is something that Rice is really well known for. The fact that the staff and the faculty live with the students on campus in these various colleges. And so we are constructing 2 new colleges as well as expanding several others and renovating some to be able to maintain the residential college system as it is now with a small student body.
Are you hiring more faculty to maintain the 6-to-1 ratio?
We are, and that's the other piece. We are hiring more faculty to maintain a really small student to faculty ratio, and along with that, the small class sizes that we're known for. So last year we hired 100 faculty. That's 2 to 3 times what we normally hire in a given year. This year we're hiring 50. And so we are expanding the faculty to keep that ratio at roughly 6-to-1 and to keep the class sizes small. And the third piece is the cultural part, making sure we maintain the traditions that make Rice unique. The O-week orientation, the fact that most of our students do undergraduate research, like 2/3 with faculty one-on-one. We want to maintain those even as we grow the university.
You are also expanding aid to students, $1.5 billion over the past few years. You said exceptional talent should not be hindered by financial barriers.
That's correct. And to correct you, it's $1.5 billion in the coming years.
In the coming years?
In the coming years.
To come?
To come, as we expand the student body, as we get bigger. So yeah, so we are committed to, Rice is well known for a very generous and transparent financial aid program called the Rice Investment. We provide full need up to $140,000 in family income, and some level of need, in some cases up to $300,000 in family income. So as we grow the student body, we are committed to remaining loan-free and needs-blind, and expanding the aid to make sure that anybody who can come to Rice, who has a talent and ability to come to Rice, can come here and not have to worry about the financial implications.
We're going to break out like that sliding scale that you have in a graphic, so because a lot of people may not be aware that is there. Your own family is an example of how education can be the great equalizer. You're the youngest of 4.
Yes.
You're the president of Rice University. You've got siblings that are lawyers, accountants, doctors.
Yeah.
That's 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Family must be awfully proud.
They are, and my dad's still alive. He's 92 years old, soon to be 93. They are very proud. I mean, my parents came to Haiti in their 30s, and I was a baby when I came here, moved to New York City. And they really work. It's the American dream in many ways for the 4 of us to be able to have great educations from great universities and be able to go out and do amazing things.
These are exciting times for Rice and challenging times. Unexpected headwinds is what I would like to call it. But first and foremost, as we speak, Rice is being investigated by the Department of Education for what they call DEI concerns. How do you lead in this environment?
In general, we lead. I mean, this is certainly lots of uncertainties in this environment. And so we lead by leading with the mission, keeping the mission of the university first and foremost. We spend a lot of time, particularly in the past few months, talking to community members, our alumni, our faculty and staff, making sure we're hearing their concerns about what's happening, and making sure we keep front and center and lean into the values of the university.
What are the values? What is the mission?
It's all about educating the next generation of students, making sure that we're doing world-class research, supporting the students, keeping the students first and foremost in everything that we do.
Proposed cuts in research funding could cost Rice $9 to $11 million per year. Will it have any effect on the university?
It certainly will. The cuts this year, I think right now we're standing at roughly $10 million in cuts for given grants. And so there are a couple of things to that. There's obviously how we manage that from a budgetary perspective, but more importantly, the research is part of our mission. It's part of what we do. It's part of how we educate our students.
Does it mean you'll do less research?
Hopefully not. We want to be able to continue to move forward with the research mission. 2/3 of our undergraduates are involved in undergraduate research with our faculty, so the cuts just don't impact the budget. It also impacts the ability for us to move forward with our research mission. The U.S. has had this arrangement for 80 years, this partnership with the government to be able to do research. And as a result of that, the U.S. is the most innovative country in terms of technologies that come out. We hope to be able to continue that moving forward, and I'm positive that we will.
You're facing executive orders that have canceled some of your funding other than the research funding. Does that affect the student experience in any way?
We are committed to keeping the student experience as it is. I mean, we are working really hard, and we're making sure that we're positioned to be able to maintain, again, the small class sizes, maintain all the things that we do to make the Rice experience special.
Rice University has an endowment of $8 billion. I can hear people saying, but you don't need money from the government.
Right. I'm happy you asked that question, because there's a lot of misunderstandings around how the endowment is used. And so yes, it's $8 billion. Every year we draw $400 million, roughly 5% of the endowment as part of our operating expenses. And in fact, we are very different from our peer institutions in that sense, in the sense that roughly 40% of our operating revenue comes from that one source alone. The largest source of revenue for Rice is drawing on the endowment on an annual basis, and half of that goes towards financial aid. And so you won't find another university that does what we do in terms of how we use our endowment. We really are taxing our endowment significantly to support the mission of the university, and that's our students.
Can you take some of the endowment money to cover some of the losses you're experiencing?
It's complicated in the sense that many of those are restricted. It's not like all the money can be used for any purpose. It's really restricted, and in many cases restricted towards the student mission, some cases restricted towards supporting faculty. And so it's not as easy as to say we'll just cover the losses with the endowment. Where we have to use the endowment in many cases to support the mission of the university, which is financial aid, and in some cases supporting our faculty.
How will you cover the losses?
We're going to work on that. We'll have to pivot. We'll have to pull some things back over the next couple of years. We're going through a process now. I think the challenge that we face, and all of our peers face it, is just the uncertainty. We don't know how much the research budgets will be cut. We don't know how the indirect cost caps will be set in the coming years. We don't know if there'll be an endowment tax, which is something that we're hearing about, and what the level of that tax will be. So we're trying to plan for things with a lot of uncertainty moving forward.
Hundreds of students, as you know, nationwide have had their visas revoked, many of them grad students. Rice has had a few students with their visas revoked. Do you know who they are and why they had the visas revoked?
We don't know why. We know who they are, of course, so we're not disclosing who by names, but we don't know why. The reasons were not given for why the visas were revoked. And let me just step back. We have roughly 12% of our undergraduate student body are international students, and a little bit more than that at the graduate level. And international students have been an important part of Rice's University's mission and vision and culture for many, many years, and we are committed to supporting them. And so yes, there's a lot of angst amongst campus not knowing what's going to happen or why those students had their visas revoked. But that certainly is the case. We've had 3 existing students and 2 former students who've had their visas revoked.
12% of the student body, international students.
At the undergraduate level.
Undergraduate level. Is there concern with what is happening that you'll get fewer applications from international students?
We're not seeing that now. We have the applicant pool from this year, which obviously occurred before all of this, and it's the largest we've ever had. And the responses are coming in, and they are.
So it sounds like you'll see.
I think we will. Well, for sure, this year we will. We don't know what's going to happen in future years, but we are seeing that they are still coming to Rice, or still interested in coming to Rice.
Your mother came to this country from Haiti on a work visa.
She did.
Visas mean something to you.
They do.
Your mother came, then your dad followed, the rest of your family, and then you sit where you sit.
Yeah.
It's a pretty powerful thing.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, she came in the late 60s as a nurse. At the time, there was a nursing shortage in the U.S. She worked hard taking care of patients, and, as well as taking care of the family when we came here 6 months later. And she was able, her and my dad, to put us through high school and universities, and here we are.
Are you hearing any concerns about these challenges from not only alumni, or rather students, but also alumni and donors?
Yeah. Well, donors are, our alumni are very supportive. They're reaching out, asking us, how can we help? What can we do? I think they can relate because many of them were here, particularly if they're recent graduates, where we had a very large international population. So they're concerned about the students also. So they're reaching out, offering to help.
You came to Rice as Dean of Engineering in 2017. Was being president the goal?
No, being a great dean was the goal. So I always live in the moment. I focus on what I'm doing at that time. I was very fortunate that the opportunity to become provost came 3 years after I was dean, and then the opportunity to become president a couple of years later. But I'm always focused on the job at hand, which at the time was dean and then provost and now president.
Your father, who immigrated from Haiti to the U.S., watches his son become president of a prestigious university. What does he think?
He's pretty proud. He wasn't sure what I was doing when I was a faculty member teaching classes and doing research and traveling all over the world. But when he saw the video of me being president and he's getting emails and calls from Haiti because they saw it on
Really?
TV, yeah, he was, or Haitians in the U.S. that heard about this, he's pretty proud.
Do you miss teaching?
I do miss teaching. And I asked my colleagues and faculty who are at Rice now in my department. I have several former students who I taught at Georgia Tech who are faculty here now. I said, whenever you're traveling, let me know. I want to step in and teach. I do miss teaching.
Are you allowed to do that?
I am. And I think I do a pretty good job. I do miss it, though.
You miss it, yeah. What's difficult about this job?
Well, it's an all-day job, right? It's from morning to night. Lots of constituents you have to handle with, lots of events in the evening. That's probably the most surprising part. When people ask me what's the most surprising is we have an event almost every night after a long day of work. But I love this job. I feel honored to be in this incredible role leading this university in this wonderful city, and the city loves Rice. And we're very fortunate to have this great city.
The last president who sat in this position was here for 18 years. How long is Reggie going to do it?
I don't know. I'm going to take it year by year. I'm not sure. I have no sense. I'm finishing my third year. It's gone by quickly. I've enjoyed every minute of it, more or less. It's a hard job. It's an all-day kind of job, but you get energized when you talk to the students and hear their stories and the things they've overcome to be at Rice, the incredible faculty and the things they're doing in their labs and how they're inspiring our students every day. I wouldn't trade it in for anything.
President DesRoches, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.